everyone, my name is Natalie Welch and I'm here with ProWrite in Cambridge, Massachusetts at Harvard University to speak to some students about their experiences here. Let's go! Hi everyone, what's your name?
Lindsay.
And what year are you?
I'm a freshman.
What's your major?
Probably government, haven't decided yet.
Okay, and where are you from?
Connecticut.
What's your name?
Matthew.
And what do you study here?
I study applied math.
And what's your year?
I'm a junior.
Where are you from?
Chicago.
What are your guys' names?
Ashley.
Tyler.
And where are you from?
Los Angeles.
I'm from New York City.
And what do you guys study?
Environmental engineering.
I'm thinking about studying stem cell biology.
What year are you guys?
I'm a freshman.
I'm also a freshman.
What's your name?
I'm Julie.
And what year are you?
I'm a sophomore.
What do you study here?
I study history.
And where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles.
So what's your name?
I'm Nikki.
And what year are you?
I am technically a senior. I took a year and a half off, so I was supposed to graduate last year, but want to keep the college discounts, of course.
What's your major?
Cognitive neuroscience and evolutionary psychology with a secondary in film.
And where are you from?
I'm from Southern California.
So if you could rate your experience at Harvard thus far on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
Oh, that's hard. I don't know, probably like 8. It's definitely super busy, but a lot of fun and a lot of good people.
I would give it a 10. Everyone's really nice. My classes are interesting. The campus is great. The extracurricular activities are wonderful, so I can't complain.
Like a solid 7.2.
7.3.
I would probably give it a 9 or a 9.5. I feel like I've made really good friends here. I love my classes. They're a lot better than, and I loved my high school, but I feel like here I'm going in more depth in certain subjects. Whereas in high school I had a very broad overview of certain subjects. I also love the dorm that I live in, Winthrop House. If you wanna, I don't know if you can turn the camera. This probably contributes a few points to my Harvard experience. As you may know, freshmen live in the yard and then you're sorted into one of 12 upperclassmen houses for your remaining 3 years. And I have just found such a lovely community in Winthrop House. It's newly renovated. I love my house deans. I love the people who work there. It's just been such a lovely space.
Okay, I would have to split it up into 2 things. I would say the people and the classes and living everything, I would say a hard 9. Really nice, especially Kirkland House. Very tight-knit community. We just had our Secret Santa week, which was awesome. However, administration-wise, like the people who run the school, I would say a 5.
Interesting. Can you talk more about that?
Yeah, so do you mind if I'm super open?
Please be honest.
Okay.
Of course.
Yeah, so I had to take time off for suicidal ideation, and it was a whole messed up process trying to come back. And the school saying you have to be okay in order to come back, but you're never really okay.
Right.
And it's just an ongoing process.
Why did you choose Harvard as a freshman?
I don't know. I did a summer school program here in high school, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was rewarding. I liked the campus. I liked the professors and the people that the university attracts.
I guess I just wanted to be surrounded by really smart and interesting people, and the teachers here are the best in the world. So
I chose Harvard because I really liked the library system here, and I love libraries.
I chose Harvard because I wanted to get away from Los Angeles. I loved where I grew up, but I thought it was very important to me to live somewhere else. And I also chose it because I just thought that I wouldn't have the same opportunities at any other school that I would have here. Especially as someone who's interested in history, Harvard is an incredibly historic place, and they host so many talks with famous, world leaders here at the Kennedy School. There are just a lot of fantastic opportunities given my interests that I thought I would find here.
So do you like the academic culture here? Do you like the classes you've taken?
Absolutely. I mean, all the classes that I've taken are taught by professors that have written the papers that you're reading. Mm-hmm. So it's really fantastic classes. I have all of my best friends here, and the house culture and the people like me, I am all about the academic life here.
Can you describe what the academic culture is like? Is it competitive or more supportive?
I really did come in thinking it would be super competitive, but it's really not. Everybody's very willing to share their notes and help you study and stuff like that.
I think it's pretty supportive. I think it depends on what you study, but at least in applied math, everyone's willing to collaborate and everyone's trying to learn. So
I feel like it's pretty supportive, seriously, even the classes where they're graded on a curve, I never feel like I'm competing against my classmates.
It's really great.
I'm in a smaller class, which I thought would be a lot more competitive, but I've actually found that the class atmosphere is really nice. I feel like everyone works together on problem sets.
Are there any Harvard stereotypes that you feel hold true?
I think, as I just said, people are very hardworking and very obsessed with school, and I am also like that. I think that's a part of the reason why I chose it here, because I am very academically focused. But I think there's a stereotype that Harvard's very elitist, and to be honest, I haven't really found that.
I wouldn't say that you can really generalize about the student body, but I think there are definitely a lot of people who are hardworking, who are nerdy, but everyone's great.
Hold true that there are a lot of smart kids here, I guess. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of like random geniuses you'll encounter in your classes, and it's a little bit intimidating, but
I mean, I definitely don't think like a lot of the stereotypes of Harvard kids being competitive is true, maybe in some majors, but I've found a very good support system. The one thing that I think probably across all college campuses is what we call like the struggle Olympics, which is everyone's trying to outdo each other with their bad mental health. So like, oh man, I only got 3 hours of sleep and I have 6 assignments due, and then someone will be like, I only got 2 hours of sleep and I didn't eat all day. And it's weird that we're glorifying bad habits.
Or how to balance social life and academic life here at Harvard?
Yeah, I would say it's hard in the beginning because you get a lot of FOMO. So just try to diminish the amount of FOMO you feel and realize that like there are always going to be so many opportunities. So just make sure that you do what's right for you, and then all that other stuff is secondary.
Something that I've really tried to prioritize, because in high school I had absolutely no balance between social life and academics. I just worked all the time. So here I've purposefully put it into my schedule to do so. But there are certainly people here who will just spend all their time in the library, but more often than not I have found people who, like me, really want to expand and learn outside of the classroom as well as inside.
Do you have a favorite thing to do off campus?
eat food. Yeah, Harvard Square just has a lot of really good food in it, so definitely that.
Well, we just came back from getting breakfast at Central. I really like going to visit my friends at MIT and stuff.
I mean, we do a lot of like exploring cafes and stuff, or I guess looking for new places to study.
Go to Boston for sure. Go to the North End and eat till I fall over.
Does everyone live on campus all 4 years, pretty much?
I wouldn't say everyone, but it's very uncommon to live off campus. I would say like 95% of people live on campus.
Okay. What does your typical Friday night look like here?
It depends on the week. Sometimes I just work. Other times I'll go out and spend time with my friends. But it really just depends.
Usually I'll hang out in my room with my friends, and then we'll go to a party either in like a final club or one of the houses.
Can you talk about what final clubs are?
Final clubs, they're kind of like fraternities, but a little bit different. They're like Harvard fraternities, basically.
As an undergrad, are you able to interact with grad students at all, like in the Kennedy School or the business school at all?
We're able to interact with them because we have TFs, which they teach our classes, or we break into small sections with them. So I'd say that's where our interactions are the most. Also, there are many grad students in some of my classes, but otherwise not really. It's pretty much, especially socially, you don't really interact with graduate students.
How do you find your friends? Through clubs or extracurricular activities?
A mix of both. Some of it comes through your freshman dorm, or where you live during your first year on campus. Some of it, like you said, is from clubs. Some is from classes. Some is people you've met from your hometown, like Chicago. So a whole bunch of different opportunities.
Do you guys have Greek life?
There is some Greek life, and people are definitely a part of it, but it's not super prevalent.
Do you have any advice for applications for people applying to Harvard?
I would say don't write about what you think Harvard or other schools will want you to write about. Write about something, I know it sounds corny, but write about something that you love, or an experience in your life that's been very meaningful to you. I notice a lot of people at my high school were, starting charities or starting organizations and writing about those, and that's fantastic. But a lot of the time I felt that it was rooted in wanting to impress. And at least for me, I don't think that's the right way to go. I think that people will be really jazzed to read about something that they know means a lot to the person who wrote it.
Write a good essay. I don't know, be yourself. I feel like really Harvard looks for good people and interesting people, so yeah.
I would probably just say, it's gonna be so corny and cheesy, but be yourself, and also be open to learning new things, because I think that's what Harvard really looks forward to, is having this person who's ready and open to learn from all the different like we have a liberal arts education, so all the different aspects, learn from all the different people, so making yourself known but not being steadfast in what you are, and having an openness to learning new identities.
What did you write your college admissions essay about?
Spanish music.
I wrote my essay about my grandmother had Alzheimer's and I worked in an Alzheimer's lab, so I worked about kind of my passion for science and working on neuroscience.
Oh, I wrote mine about sort of like my research experience and my love for environmental science.
I wrote one on fishing, actually, and I kind of related that to research, and my other one was on dance.
So if you could go back and do it all again, do you think you would still go to Harvard?
Yes, definitely.
I think so. Yeah, I just got out of a final exam, so you didn't catch me at the best moment. But yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, for sure. I'm very happy with my decision.
Yes. Actually, so I've taken, as I said, 1.5 years off, and a lot of my friends and family were like, why don't you go to a different school? Why don't you stay in California? And I do love it here. Harvard is definitely my home.
Well, everyone, that's what students have to say about Harvard University. Thanks so much for watching.